I'm back. At least for now, knock on wood. This is from IKEA, it's probably not wood. Maybe it's wood. None of my business. Anyway, hi. It's been a couple months. As you might have seen from the thumbnail, if you're into My Hero Academia and you're up to date on the manga, you'll know something happened to my heart. So before I catch you up on what I've been doing, let's talk about it. So if you kept up with like my socials over the last couple years, you'll know that I've been chronically ill for a while and nobody could exactly tell me what happened or why this was happening to me. And then in May, it took like a really bad turn to the point where I'd never been that sick. I tried to sit up. I've often had dizzy spells and stuff standing up. I then fainted. And then I tried to get up again and I fainted. And I, like a goat. Which is funny now. It was not funny then. I just felt so sick and hot all the time. I couldn't cool down. I could barely wear like any normal clothes. I couldn't use any sheets, any blankets. Like I had to be in front of a fan 24/7 laying down because otherwise I would overheat and literally lose consciousness. So I eventually realized that it was my heart that was going way too fast all the time, regardless of what I did. It was no longer positional, it was all the time. So I would be laying down in front of a fan and I'd be like in and out of consciousness and my heart would be going like 164 beats per minute. And like I felt like I was dying. And it didn't end for weeks. The entirety, all in all, it took months before that stopped happening. And only stopped because I, as you might have seen from the title, am now a beta blocker baddie. I'm on beta blockers and they saved my life. We ended up having to go to a cardiologist and she couldn't yet tell what was going on. And so she referred me and she said, before I give you your life-saving medication, I need you to go see the two hardest to see doctors in the country. And I was only able to see those because I'm very lucky and I had someone who would pay for me to see a private doctor, which means that I got it immediately instead of being told that there are no appointments left. So I'm at the specialists and these are the first private doctors, if you couldn't tell until now, I'm not in the States, I'd ever seen in my life. And the experience is like night and day. Nobody treated me like I was crazy. Nobody told me that my problems were in my head or because I'm a woman or whatever. They immediately took it seriously as fuck. Like, I was like half falling apart in that chair. I was shaking. I constantly gave off the vibe to people that I was anxious or nervous, when in reality I was just tachycardic, and it makes you look like, you know, like jittery and out of breath because you're shaking. And it was really bad. And it would get worse posturally as well. So like he immediately took, like the rheumatologist, he took it super seriously. And TLDR, he saved my life. So here I am now. And I'm fine, pretty much. The mobility issues I've had previously, those are different. Those, you know, remain, but the constant nausea, the inability to like be upright, to do things, to all of the previous vlogs that I filmed, I was already suffering from it beginning, and I could barely record. I would be drenched in sweat immediately. I would get out of breath. I would get like hot and dizzy, nauseated. I'd be sick for days. I mean, you guys have seen in like some previous ones if you watch them that like I would get really sick after some shoots, and like I would just feel really awful all the time. And now I've been on beta blockers for over 2 weeks, and I'm okay. I will probably open the window later just because it is kind of warm, but I'm fine. I can sit, I can talk to you guys, and I feel like the first time I took the beta blockers, within like half an hour, I felt so much better. I felt better than I've felt in years. I still have a lot of doctor's appointments ahead of me. I have a lot of treatments and stuff to like deal with. I have a lot of medication still to try for some other stuff, but that doctor saved my life. He diagnosed me with arrhythmia and tachycardia, and like chronic tachycardia. And I just got the paperwork yesterday. And if I'd been able to still cry, I totally would have cried. I was so happy to see, like, black on white. Everything was listed up, clear instructions for the next doctors, clear listing of like my medication, any proposed other medication that he suggests I try, like with it, all of the medication I'm set to try right now, like life-changing. So yeah, I've been gone for a couple months because I was stuck horizontal in hell. But I still did some stuff. So I thought I'd catch you up. So I started finally working on a series that I'd actually been planning anyway, which was bringing video games to life, because while I was really sick, kind of the only thing I could do, especially because the Switch controller, you can just hold the two Joy-Cons flat in your hand, that's kind of all I could do, was like lay there, be in misery, and if I could, play video games. So I played a ton of video games to like distract myself. I played a ton of Animal Crossing, of course. I played Night in the Woods. I started playing Hades, which was a gift. Thank you so much. I love it. I'm really excited to share more of it, and like eventually maybe like play it on like stream now that like I'm feeling a bit better. I just need to like get the setup up to par. I played Sticky Business, which I have a video coming out about I don't know, soonish. I have some videos planned already this month I'm really excited about. So you'll see the series. It's a series of like video games, but I'm bringing to life by taking some of the background decor that's just kind of like pixelated or not actually like really like fleshed out and making it in real life. This includes also clay modeling, so wish me luck on that one. I got super into my music. I was also trying to find like a lot of like random points of inspiration from things that I had around me because I couldn't go anywhere and I couldn't do anything. And I couldn't focus very well, so it was a lot of like things that I'm familiar with already. So I did a poster for the song I Guess You're Right by the Posies, which you might have also seen a little bit in my shorts when I was able to do edits for those. Then I did, I tried really hard to make a video for you guys actually, like with me just not being on camera, but I literally couldn't even do the voiceover stuff. I was so out of breath all the time and like so tired. But I'll show a small clip of it while I'm gabbing about it, but I made some posters inspired by Kate Trinata, who I've been a fan of since I was in high school, and I just really loved the Ketramine color palette for that album, and so I let myself be a little inspired there. I look forward to putting that up on the wall. I gave myself a little challenge where I was like, I love Sims. I wasn't able to play Sims the whole time, by the way, so I was really in hell because The Sims is on the computer and I couldn't sit up. So I saw this like Sims CC piece that was like a bunch of posters and they were all like color sorted. And when I was watching, the first one that I saw was red, and I was like, what if I made some just red posters? So I did. I let myself be inspired by several songs, like Boyfriend from Ashley Simpson, which I'd recently heard in a like episode of like TV, and then I was into my English Shuffle again, and I got like Angel or Devil by the Clovers, which I really liked, the like repetitive nature of like the chorus. So I made a poster for that, and then I have some flowers that were wilting in the vase behind me. And I decided to try one of those like line art type, like one line as much as possible, like sketches with like a Sharpie dupe type marker on Procreate. And that was the red series. And then of course I made a silly poster about being a beta blocker baddie, because I will rep biso popo lol fumarat. I don't know how to say it in English. Until it stops working, which like as the poster says, which by the way is bisopolol fumarat. I keep accidentally turning it into like a chemical name for like an alcohol. No, I will rep bisopolol fumarat forever. This shit, it is life-changing. It gave me my life back. I also got properly scared through rheumatologists because he was very scared, because he was like, you have arrhythmia and like tachycardia and it's like totally out of control. We're gonna medicate you. This is like a medical emergency. You need to medicate right now. You can have a heart attack. And I was like, what? I was like, I know I'm scared. I felt like I was crazy for being so scared, but he validated that I was right to be scared, which was very scary, but like good. And now I made a little poster for it. That would be posters. I also redid the cover for one of my podcasts, Brown Noise, which you should check out if you like me. It's a kind of experimental, formless documentary style, found footage style. I don't know. I gab. You know, if you've ever wondered what's it like, have my number and I send you voice memos. That it's like that. That's what that's for, and that's what that is. So that has a new cover, and I really love it. I made so many stickers that like I have never even printed a sticker yet, and like I've made so many stickers. There's gonna be a whole separate video on that. And then I've been working on a deck of cards that you can get a peek of here, just a peek. It has a special theme because it's for a special project, a special show that I'll be talking about later, more as well. Just give me a bit, because this is a show that needs an actual budget that I don't have. So I have so many videos outlined that I just came up with while I was sick. I have a new show that I'm working on. I am not going to be saying when it comes out because I don't know these things. But it's going to be a limited series, so it won't be an ongoing podcast. It'll be something that releases as like one volume. And if there's ever a second volume, that would also release only once it is complete. So it won't be like ongoing, I record every week or every month. I'll record everything in bulk beforehand and then schedule it. It came from a joke initially, because obviously the only other thing that I could really do was watch movies. And I had to, by the way, wear like Jar Jar Binks-esque like glasses to do so. I'll show you why on the side. But I watched Notting Hill, and I fucking hated it because I am a wheelchair user, and I've been a wheelchair user, and I wanted to smack the actual dog shit out of the writers. So I got frustrated, and like many frustrated people, I took to Twitter. And I said, I'm so annoyed. I don't know exactly what I said, but I was like, I'm so annoyed. Like, I'm about to make a podcast called Hell on Wheels, and I just tear your favorite fucking movies apart for being ableist about like wheelchair users and having really ableist caricatures, basically, of wheelchair using characters. And then I joked about it too hard, and now I like out of curiosity, I like looked up. I was like, there's not even that many movies with us like as like real characters in it. There isn't. I looked it up, and one thing led to another, as it always does with me, and I scripted a show, and I think you're all gonna hate it, but in a good way. I think so many people are gonna really hate it, but I think it's gonna be good. I think they're gonna hate it because it's gonna make you realize a lot of stuff, but you're also gonna like it because it's gonna hopefully make you know more. So that's coming. In game design, of course, I was not able to host any of my shows while I couldn't really talk properly, so I wasn't able to record 10-minute TTRPGs yet in my hiatus, so I missed 3 months, maybe 4, because I'm not sure that I'm trying to take it easy, and I have a lot of appointments still, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to this month, but I did still, especially in the first month, try. I did design a game. I just haven't released it because I was so exhausted that I couldn't do any like real formatting for it, and I couldn't record the process, so it'll be released just as a side game. And then I came up with the concepts for like 3 more, and then I'm working on a surprise extension or new version of one of my existing games, and even maybe a physical release actually of one of them, but early days. All in all, I'm really looking forward to returning to game design. I'm looking forward to returning to my shows. I'm looking forward to my return here, being more steady. I love gabbing, you guys. You guys haven't ever gotten to see me at full gab potential. I can yap. Well, to be fair, if you've ever listened to like my backlog of podcasts, you're actually probably quite familiar with the fact that I can yap with the best of them. But the YouTube onlys, you guys didn't really get to see it yet. I'm just happy to be here, you know? I used to always started to keep my plans to myself because I was so worried because like I would flare up so much and it was so unpredictable, and to the point where it only became predictable because it was all the time, that like I felt like I was letting everybody down by sharing all these ideas that I have, all these things and these plans, you know, not just ideas, but like things that I'm working on, and then I wouldn't be able to deliver regularly or on time, or you know, I'd have to postpone things because I just physically couldn't do them, and I felt like I was constantly letting everybody down. And it's really nice to not really be afraid of that anymore, because I'm here, and you know, I'm communicating with you guys, and I've been communicating with you guys. You know, this health stuff's probably not news if you've ever seen me before. So I'm really excited to actually share, maybe as a parting gift, some, in no order, upcoming videos. And you best believe my production list is color coordinated. It has several tabs. I fucking love spreadsheets. I love them. Anyway, in no order of execution, as you can see behind me, I finally got bookshelves. I will be rereading, a lot of these are old books because I don't really have a lot of my original library anymore. Now I recently cataloged them because I can now. I have 76 books currently. I used to have a big library, so I'm sad, but we'll rebuild. And a lot of the books that survived are like really sentimental value books, so they're really old. A lot of them are from 2003. A really shocking amount were from 2003. It's not on purpose, it's interesting. So I will be putting them into my little spin wheels, and I don't know what they're called actually, my little wheels, just wheels, just a wheel. Why am I reinventing the wheel? Anyway, I'll be putting them into my little wheels and at random reading maybe 3 at a time, and designing and printing bookmarks, like original bookmarks for them inspired by the books. So I'm trying to merge all of my interests into art and design as I do, so that'll be really fun. You should stay tuned for that. Let me know if you guys ever want a shelf tour. We've got a sticker design tour. I designed over 65 stickers while I was like, from like the beginning of the year to now, and most, like at this point I think half of the year I was sick. So that's a lot. I got a capture card, and many of you may know that means Animal Crossing Island Tour. I've been playing Animal Crossing New Horizons since 2020. I've been playing Animal Crossing since 2001. I've played every except one. The one that was for the 2/3DS, I did not get to play because I did not have one of those. But I'm pretty sure I can play it on an emulator now. But that's the only one that I haven't played. I've played every other Animal Crossing extensively, so I'm a huge fan, and I've been sad not being able to share my island with you guys. So I will be sharing my island with you guys with an island tour. We've got a Night in the Woods video coming up. We've got a Stanley Parable video coming up. We've got some more Nomad Sculpt videos coming up. Don't look to me for tutorials. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing my best, is what I'm doing. We've got some My Hero Academia themed stuff coming up, as well as Animal Crossing themed art projects coming up. And finally, I am happy to announce that I will be bringing you all a true gem. I will be evangelizing one of the best video games ever made. Imagine Happy Cooking. I am so serious. I do not fuck around about that game. I am so excited to be able to finally plan and make the video. I feel I was put on this earth to make, okay? I'm just gonna say a few words. You'll know if you're in or out. Lesbian angel bunnies. You know if you're in or out. You know it in your heart, and you know you're in. You know you're in. Because why wouldn't you be in? At least 2 of those words appeal to you, for sure, statistically. So, I'm very excited, as you can tell, about a lot of the upcoming concepts. I'm excited to be on medication that works, and I'm excited to be back here gabbing to you guys. And I could gab to you guys all night long, and honestly, left to my own devices, I would. But I have stuff to do. I can do stuff now. So I'm really excited for upcoming projects. I have some invitations that I can finally respond to and finally take advantage of. My heart feels healthier than it's felt in years, which is really scary, and I try not to think about too much. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully really, really soon.